Hello and welcome to Johnsequitur. I'm Johnny Bonds, and we're going to talk about McDonald's today. Like, this is part 2 of that thing from 2 videos ago, because even though I promised to be linear, I lie a lot. But not about this. Totally telling the truth about all of this. This is a short one today because my stay at McDonald's was short. So when we left off, my friend suggested that I come work at McDonald's. Well, if you remember, Burger King was $6 an hour. Minimum wage was $5.25, and that is what McDonald's paid. I'm not really sure why I felt the need to go to McDonald's. I was in school. I didn't need a job. The only reason I had a car was to get to work. So in order to pay for the car, I had to work. To drive the car to work, I didn't really need money for anything. But I did it anyway because, you know, that's what you do. You have a job. When I got hired at McDonald's, I was one of I think 60 employees at this place, which meant that they just split up hours among the new people and the people who had been there the longest, which meant that people like me got 9 hours a week sometimes, if even that. So my hiring manager was actually a friend of mine that I played Battlefield with at his house, and he was my manager because he was never there at the same time that I was. I don't remember any of my managers. I do remember that there was one that everybody kept talking about who would supposedly make you toothbrush the tiles on the floors if you didn't do everything he wanted you to do. Now imagine that. Imagine getting paid $5.25 an hour to toothbrush the floors. But John, they do that in the army. This is fucking McDonald's. What? The dumbest thing that happened to me at McDonald's, and the thing that ended up screwing up my brain for the rest of time working in any kind of minimum wage job. I walked into a bathroom to clean it one night. I found a $20 bill laying on the bathroom floor. I picked it up and I'm like, check it out. I found this $20. And the manager's like, what are you gonna do with that? And I'm like, I'm gonna keep it. And she's like, I put that there to see if you would bring it to me, to see if you were an honest employee. Remember that story. Remember it. Anyway, my hours were 2 hours a night after school, but it was an hour after I got off of school, so I would have to just kind of hang around in McDonald's unpaid for an hour. About 2 weeks into my job, I got there a little bit early, as you do. I was told up to that point that I was not allowed to start until a manager came and got me and then told me where to go. So I'm sitting in the back, supposed to start at 5, 5:10 rolls around, 5:20 rolls around. Am I just supposed to keep sitting here or what? Finally, this woman comes running back and goes, have you seen John Weaver? I can't find him anywhere. He's supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. And I'm like, no. Did you check up front? He might be up there. And she runs away. And she comes back. And she's like, that's not funny. Yeah, I know. It's not fucking funny. So were there benefits at McDonald's? Sure. Not that I know of, but maybe you got to eat for free, right? Yeah, right. Half off. And this wasn't like a lot of the other places I could go where you could steal the food and no one would notice. They were all over that shit. People still found ways, but I couldn't because I wasn't there long enough to learn what to do. So what ended up happening to end my time at McDonald's was I came in to check my schedule for the next week because they would have it out 2 days before the next week came. I come in, I look at my name, there's nothing there. I guess not this week. So the next week I come in, my name's still there, no hour. I'm like, okay, that's been a full pay period without getting paid. What do I do? So I put in my application at a place called Trader Horn, which is what we're talking about next. And they hired. So about 3 weeks go by. I figure I'm fired, or that they just are never going to work me again. At this point, I'm now working at Trader Horn, and I get a phone call one night from the guy who I played Battlefield with, my manager. And he wanted to know why I hadn't come into work because I was scheduled to come to work. And I said, oh, I haven't been scheduled for 3 weeks, so I just went and got another job. And unlike the next fast food manager that I have, he took it pretty well. He's like, oh, alright, I guess I'll see you on Tuesday. And that was the end of McDonald's. I hated it there. Sometimes the owners would come in and do work, and that would give the 6 employees who already weren't doing anything even less to do, which made them look stupid. And then the managers would yell at them to go find something to do, but the jobs they were assigned, they couldn't do them. I don't know if things have changed at McDonald's. I guess since people aren't working there, there's more for them to do now. It didn't occur to me that I didn't need to actually work there because I didn't need money, let alone such a paltry amount. The only thing I used that money for was to pay for gas to go to work. Now, of course, if I was 22 or 23, people would be like, at least he has a job. But then they would also be like, you need to get a better job. Well, I could just have no job, But since I have one, I guess I'm a level above people with no jobs, even though I'm getting paid nothing. I miss those days. Alright, next episode is Trader Horn.